And I have this message for Regina Daniels. So we need to pray for a young lady called, she is still Mrs. Regina Daniels. Regina Daniels, please, I'm begging you. You are still a married woman. You are not yet divorced. You are not yet what? Divorced. You are not yet separated properly. So the Lord was showing me a circle of tornado that is moving like this. And that tornado began to move. The tornado was moving, turning everything around, scattering everything. And it got to your compound. And I asked the Lord, what is this tornado doing in this our actress house? And the Lord said, tell her that she should stop what she's doing. I don't know what you are doing. I don't care to know what you are doing. But the Lord said, you are still married. You are not like every other woman that just leaves her husband and go with another man. He said, stop what you are doing. I saw a tornado. And you know what a tornado can do? When it's turning. And I saw it in front of your house. What could that be? So, I'll tell you, young lady, you are beautiful, you are nice, you are kind, you're so caring. I want you to go back to your husband. The Lord said, because you are aware of the first wife, of the second wife, third wife, fourth wife, fifth wife, but you chose to go in. And what makes you feel you can stop it? No, you can't stop. Even in this seventh one he has gone for, it's not still going to stop. I'm seeing 10. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's pray for him that maybe he could change. But not for you, not for you. Because those traditional rites that was done was facing you. The problem is that you left. You left. So this is my first time of talking about you. But I've spoken about it before, that the marriage is not going to last. But it doesn't mean you can leave and stay single. But don't leave and mingle because of this tornado. It's so powerful. You think your foundation is not strong. I laugh. Please, please, I'm advising you as a brother. There is no need. Even though you want to continue your life, you need to continue your life being single. Until the day you are properly what? Divorced. Until the day you are properly divorced, traditionally, then you are free. But with what I'm seeing, and with those tornadoes turning, you don't even know the man you married. I'm not going to go further than that. But you have no idea of who you married. You have no idea. Sex is not sex. Sex is a transfer of spirit. And you have his kids, and you left. This thing you are doing, you're a married woman, the Lord says, stop it. Stop it. I'm not going to tell you any consequences, but just go and ask tornado. What does tornado do when it comes to your house? Does it scatter the house? Does it swing people away? I'm not going to go deep. I'm just going to stop there. So, Mrs. Regina, you're still Mrs. Try not to do some certain things. for people to hail you, for people to praise you. They will praise you to your downfall. I bet you for that. That's Nigeria, it is. They say, move on with your life. There is no moving on in your life until you deal with this part of proper divorce. So you should be careful, sir.
Welcome back. That was Prophet, Prophet that has dropped bombshell upon bombshell. He spoke about Regina Daniels early this year, and he talked about a tornado, hurricane, catastrophe that is about to drop on a marriage. Now, the thing is, I didn't castigate the polygamy, being that Christians do not permit polygamy. In his speech, he spoke about the kind and type of man that Regina Daniels is married to, meaning this is not a man that will engage in some orthodox practices. This is a traditionalist, a man who would rather pay homage to deities, to spirits. He pointed to the kind of marriage that Regina Daniels engaged in. There have been a lot of talks and argument about the kind of marriage and also the covenant or the group that Regina Daniels was brought into. Now, if you recall, as you can see right there, she was putting on that traditional gear, the dress. Her mom also was part of it, maybe to encourage her to do what she is about to do. But the covenant is really tied to Regina and Ned Nwoko. According to them, that covenant is to make sure that Regina is conscious that she cannot cheat. But there is something that strikes me a little bit like it's an imbalance in what he said. He said Regina should know that she's a married woman and should not engage in some extramarital affair. And I'm also wondering if the covenant is binding and is warning her to be very careful. I don't get it. If Regina already is into other men, how then is it that the covenant has not struck her, or it takes a long time? Because what he's saying is, oh, Regina should be careful, you can separate from him, but do not mingle. If Regina has been mingling, is it that Regina has been enjoying grace? What exactly is this? Maybe you have a better understanding, you can drop your comment. I really do not understand what he's saying there, like it's not adding up. But well, regardless of all of this, there are certain things that we cannot ignore. That he said a lot of things that we cannot ignore. We cannot ignore the situation that Regina found herself. She said she's no longer interested in that marriage. That is what we are hearing, which is kind of hard. A lot of people are kind of wondering, what is your purpose in marriage? What is your purpose in marriage? That's the question. You got married to this man, and all that we heard you scream and shout is, I have nothing to my name. People are asking questions. What does that mean? What do you mean by you have nothing to your name? Like your dress, your clothes, your shoes, your wristwatches, very expensive, like Rolex, and fake or real, whatever. There was a time she even showed a box full of money, and she said she's taking it to the club, which we all know she goes to the club and does her thing there, smoke, vape, stuff like that. She does all of this things. So I'm kind of wondering what she meant by she has nothing to her name. You have your name. So what is you have nothing to your name? Is she saying that married to Ned Nwoko equals to him buying our properties and building, or like giving? I don't really understand what she meant by that. Seems a lot of people do not understand the purpose of marriage. Like, I don't really understand it myself. Some are like, oh, don't you know she's young and getting married to that old man that has money, then the man should be ready to, like, I don't get it. The man should be ready to do what? The man called you in as a wife, not mistress. If Ned Nwoko wanted Regina to be a side chick, a woman to sleep with, a young lady to sleep with, he has the ability to do it. He has the fun. He has the finance. He has money to fulfill all of this. It's very simple. And Regina can then, as a mistress or side chick, request for money. You can request for property. You can request to have a petrol station. You can request for whatever it is. Whatever, ever. You can request for that. It's as simple as ABC. You can request for that. But if you are a wife to someone, how then are you requesting for, like, having blah 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 to your name? I read comment, I saw people who are saying, yes, now is she just going to leave that marriage just like that with nothing? And I'm like, I don't really get it. She's the one leaving the marriage, alleging that Ned physically abused her, and she has been suffering physical abuse. That's what she claimed. And the man has shown proof and video of Regina being rude and violent to maids in the house and even breaking property, and talked about drug abuse. So, I will not tolerate or accept or agree to any physical abuse. Neither will I support verbal abuse from a woman. And substance abuse is not a good thing for Regina, because those children will not be in her custody. She's young. She can take away her youth and use it for whatever she wants to use it for. She's 25. She's very, very young. So she can go wherever. The man calculated everything. Like, even if this one wants to go wild, that is if she wants to even leave. At least, I would have at least, And she has enjoyed life. Could she have thought in her life that she will go to any function or any event and have a whole Nigerian police helping her carry her bag or escorting her? Huh? So she has enjoyed the money of Ned Nwoko, traveled abroad, vacation, restaurant, eating where she has never thought she could ever eat, drank what she has never, met people. Of course, she's also known, being that she's into the acting and all of that. But regardless of this, regardless of her fame, and maybe she could even become great, like Genevieve in the future. I mean, if she had not married Ned at 25, maybe she would have skyrocketed and be like Iseme, or any of those women that have put in work into their craft. Also, there are people who have asked, all the while you're into your acting thing, what did you do with your career? You say you don't have anything to your name. Are you a useless young lady sleeping and waking up and eating and driving Range Rover, Ferrari? Did you work your craft? Did you do movies? Did you encourage your husband to invest in movies so that you can direct it and you guys will have your share as a director and actress, lead role in the movie? You have your money, your percentage. The sponsor of the movie will also have The market, everybody will just like do their thing. Did you create such academy? Or what you want to do is to post videos of how you are crying in the Bentley than in Keke Napep, tricycle, bicycle. What nonsense. So this, I don't have anything on my name. I don't get that part of it. Maybe I need explanation. What does that mean? A married woman, not a mistress or hostess, not a mistress. You say you don't have anything to your name. Is that marriage? Do you get married to have something on your name from the man? Is that marriage? When you marry a man, then the expectation in that marriage is that a man must build a house for you and put it on your name. The man must buy you a car. When there are ten cars in his house that he bought already, then he must buy your own and put your name on it. Like, I don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. Maybe you can shed light on this.